Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do a Christmas version of this pretty little pouch that I made with for holding crochet hooks. It's the perfect size, and as you can see, just in there. And I'm going to show you how to make this in a very quick and easy way. Okay, so for today's version we're going to go for something like this because I wanted to make it look nice and Christmassy. So I've got some nice polka dot ribbon, a die cut felt heart, and these pouches which are ready die cut for you. Let's zoom out a bit. Oops, out. Hope not in. Right, they're ready die cut for you. The strip is there. They will take a 6-inch zip or 15 centimetres, depends on whether you're working imperial or metric. And then what I've done is I have placed a contrasting zip in the slot and pinned it on both sides. Then I am going to just do a little running stitch along the edge, similar to the running stitch that you see there, to secure the zip in, and we'll be back in a minute. Right, a tip for you when you're sewing this in is to make sure that you start where the zip is so that you can actually put your knot there and that'll hold it. Felt is a fairly soft material, and if you try and put a big knot there, you may well end up pulling it through. So start there, that'll anchor you quite well. And then all you're going to do now is some small stitches. And sometimes when you're starting, because it's very thick at this point, it's easier just to go in and out. Now you will notice as well that I have pinned this along there because I want it to be fairly straight. If you don't pin it, you might find that it's very wonky. So it'll help you keep the zip nice and straight if you pin before you sew. Okay, as promised, the zip has now been stitched in. I did trim the ends just slightly so that it didn't have to sew through them afterwards. And I also did an extra stitch where the two parts of the zip came together to give it a little bit more strength. Right, now then, I'm now going to put on the ribbon, the contrasting ribbon. I have put a piece of double-sided tape on the back, and I'm going to wonder why in a minute, but I find that if I put the double-sided tape on, I hold it there like that, and I go down. It'll hold it in place while I'm doing everything else. I'll trim those two ends off. But the important thing about this is that this is going to be sewn onto there, and these are going to be held on with the blanket stitch around the edge. So I don't need to do too much sewing there because it'll be held on there, it'll be held on there. So it'll just make life a little bit easier for you. And I'll come back in a second and show you that. Right, I've now attached the Christmas tree to the front of the pouch. I've used little beads and sewn through so that now is not going anywhere, and it's also holding that on. Next thing we need to do is to trim off the ribbon. It's much easier if you trim it from the back than from the front. And the last thing we're going to do is blanket stitch around the edge to finish it off. So I'll do that. I'll actually show you how to do a blanket stitch, and then we'll finish. Okay, last things now. We're going to do some blanket stitch around the edge, and I've got my contrasting thread, which is the same thread that we used there. I'm going to go in there at the top where the fold is and pull through. And then all you need to do, making sure that everything is lined up because it is important, all you need to do with blanket stitch is go in there, through to the back, and you make sure that you catch the thread at the top. And then we'll do the next one around the needle. Oops. So you're catching the thread. You see what I mean? And again, in, round. I think watching me do this would be like a bit like watching paint dry, so I'll carry on and come back when I've finished. Okay, now we've got to the end. I've been all around the edges with the blanket stitch and making sure that you're neat and tidy on the back as well. That's quite important. And we are now ready to unzip and pop inside something that's going to be special for someone for Christmas. Now, can you just imagine these on the Christmas table, where each person could have a small gift inside them. They're just the right size for something not too big, just perfect for Christmas. Enjoy, and I hope you make lots of them. If you want, you can like and subscribe to my channel. These will be available ready cut for you on eBay. I'll put the link below. Thank you. Bye.